So hello, everyone. I'm so excited to go live. Thank you so much for joining me today for this live session. So, of course, this is a really unique time in GSE's history. I'm so excited to share an amazing announcement with my entire community here today on this Tuesday afternoon. So I'll start by just first and foremost introducing myself. My name is Christine and Tim. I am the founder and CEO of the Global Startup Ecosystem. Many of you have seen and witnessed my journey in building this tech platform for the past couple of years. Of course, you know my journey to this space, whether it's building tech hubs around the world, all the accolades I've been able to accumulate over the past couple of years. But first and foremost, everyone knows me as a real passionate person when it comes to tech, entrepreneurship, and emerging markets. So I'm so excited to pretty much launch this announcement with my ecosystem here today. So definitely a little bit nervous, but really excited to engage with everyone. So with that, let's just share the breaking news real quick. There you have it. So major announcement. GSE has just opened its funding round, and we're open to the public, to our community, to our network, to be able to invest in GSE as of today. So we're really excited to share this major announcement, not just in terms of the opportunity for those who are accredited or not accredited investors to be able to invest in a tech company like GSE, but also personally, I think many of you, again, have witnessed my journey in building this company and like what I've been through, what I've learned. And so this is really an amazing opportunity for us as an organization. Our motto is that, we're building the tech workforce of the future, and we're helping influencers and major companies and employers around the world to discover untapped talent, especially tech talent in emerging markets. And so I'm going to walk you through not only, a background on the company, but really how I got to this point. With that said, I just want to reiterate again, today is not our opportunity for you to join the GSE funding round and be able to invest. We are currently on Start Engine as one of the companies that has opened an equity round for the public to join in. These are just the immediate steps. It's very simple to just, sign up and invest into GSE, create an account, and be able to fulfill those pending, information details. So that way you could be considered a shareholder and investor in the global startup ecosystem. Of course, when you get access to this, you'll be able to see our entire due diligence terms and our entire campaign story. It's all on that landing page. So when you go to startengine.com/global-startup.ecosystem, that is the link for you to be able to tap into joining us for this opportunity. I am also going to post it here on the thread as well. I know my team is also engaging with the group and just letting you guys know updates as to how to join in, but I'm also going to share with the community as well, ways for you to be able to invest. And thank you so much. I'm seeing some of the comments already. Really, really appreciate it that people are already commenting on the opportunity to be able to invest. So these are exciting time, like I said, for us as a company. And, prior to going live today, we've been having private conversations with our family, friends, close network supporters in the GSE community. And we surveyed them, if you were to invest in GSE, what are the top reasons that you believe that you would want to invest in GSE? And of course, these are the top reasons that people have shared why they want to invest in the global startup ecosystem. Startup one, which is probably the most obvious one, and I'm so grateful and humbled by it, is that they believe in me as the founder, right? They believe in my founder's journey, my experience, my leadership, my background. And so it was really nice to see so many people believe in the work that I've done and my pretty much my expertise to be able to make this vision that I believe is possible a reality. Second, many of you, of course, believe in a mission. Our mission is to prepare people for the digital age, and no other time has this mission been validated than during this, unfortunate circumstances of the past year that we've all been remote, all trying to understand this remote universe that we're living in. And I've always said that the future will be remote, will be global, and will be inclusive, right? And our platform brings that inclusivity, brings that global access, and brings that reality of this remote world to play. And of course, many of you believe in the problem that we're trying to address, right? We're trying to tackle global unemployment and really be one of the forces of nature tackling this huge upskilling challenge that we'll have, because we have a society of young people today that are unemployed, but despite the unemployed status, are not prepared for the jobs of tomorrow, right? So you have this huge talent shortage where companies are looking for talent, but for one reason or another, the talent is not prepared for these jobs. So how do we upskill this generation and future generations for the future of work? And so people believe in our problem and our solution of trying to tackle that problem through our platform at GSE. Another reason is many of you have attended our program. I guarantee you've been a part of a GSE program. You've experienced the community, the resources, the network, our mission in action, and people have leveraged our services and resources in the past. So I'm really proud to see that so many people have been a part of the GSE journey, attended a program, whether it's a tech summit or accelerator or the like, and believe in what you've done. Of course, many people are also proud of our traction that we bootstrapped all this time. Yes, this is the first time that I am systematically opening up for investment, right? Prior to that, we bootstrapped, we were revenue generating. We really focused on building a platform and a community that people were inspired by. Our user base, our traction people know that we have over 250,000 people in our subscriber base that access our platform. And so we've done this all organically, right? And then finally, I know for some of you, it might be your first time investing. So you want to, invest in a company that you trust and admire, which is GSE, right? And so I'm really proud to be that company for many individuals. And then finally, many of you, of course, recognize the investment opportunity and recognize that this is a unique inflection point to invest in tech companies. Prior to a platform like the one that we're on today, you had to be an accredited investor to invest in tech startup. And what does it mean to be an accredited investor? You could Google the qualifications for that, but you had to be an accredited investor to be able to invest in a tech company like ours. Today, the non-accredited investor and anyone who believes in our mission can actually join in and invest into this platform. And so I'm really, really happy to see that, we're able to tap into our community, our network, and the world rather, to really build and scale this mission of, pretty much upskilling 1 billion people that we believe we can do by 2030. So with that said, I do want to take a pause and just, give you guys a brief 2-minute overview of what we've been doing over the past couple of years, because many people say GSE is so massive. We've done so much work in Haiti, Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, in the urban cities of New York and Philly and Cali. How do you describe what GSE is? And for many people, GSE is a community that really makes you feel like you are being prepared for what's to come. And I'm so proud of what we've done. But from a business standpoint, we have systematically, I believe, made it easier for people to discover untapped talent around the world. And we've uniquely positioned ourselves as a platform that does this. And it's because we have not looked at emerging markets and emerging communities as an aside. Our company was built to really empower those that we believe are the future right now. So I'm going to take a pause because I think, I could talk about GSE and what we've done and what I personally, as entrepreneur building in emerging markets, have done over the past couple of years. But there's nothing more that could tell you even better than visuals and video recording of actual footage of us on the ground doing the work that we've done in the past couple of years. So without further ado, take a look at this 2-minute clip, and then we're going to get right back to it, to an open live discussion about how we got to where we are today. And keep in mind, join in. We're opening our investment round. So take a look at this clip. Thank you so much, guys. The world is changing. From how we live to how we work. We are experiencing historic levels of unemployment, especially amongst younger generations from all around the world. In regions like Africa, almost 50% of current university graduates do not have jobs. Young people are applying to job boards and getting more degrees, but are still unemployed. And on the other side of these job applications, companies are also frustrated. They can't find the right workers with the right skills for the job. It's estimated that there is an $8.5 trillion talent shortage globally. And while technology and automation is optimizing our world, this rapid rate of change is also causing fundamental shifts in our society. Many jobs of today will become irrelevant as they are replaced by the jobs of tomorrow. We need a better way to recruit, train, and prepare this generation for the future of work. Welcome to the global startup ecosystem. We created and scale what we believe is the world's first talent career accelerator platform with thousands of participants every year trained for jobs of the future. We've hosted career programs and mega tech summits in countries all over the world, from across the Americas to across the Caribbean and across Europe and across Africa, in places like Nigeria, Ghana, Egypt, Ethiopia, South Africa, and more. Our career app gives companies the opportunity to upskill this generation by launching digital career accelerator programs that attracts, trains, and hires the best talent from all over the world. This customized career dashboard was created to support individuals from the day they enter the workforce to the day they retire from it, giving young people access to continuous training, career opportunities, and communities from all over the world. We believe that global unemployment and rapid upskilling will be defining challenges of our time, and we're taking it head on. In the past few years, we've scaled to 250,000 users, have 600 speakers, and have institutional clients and industry leaders who use our platforms such as LinkedIn, Forbes, SAP, US State Department, MasterCard, Intuit, Google, AWS, IBM Cloud, Facebook, and more. We believe that our platform can upskill 1 billion people by 2030 and transform how we prepare for the jobs of tomorrow today. Hi, my name is Christine and Tim. I am the founder and CEO of the Global Startup Ecosystem, and I believe in our mission of building the tech workforce of the future. By now, you've probably heard of our mission, our impact, and the work that we've done at GSE over the past couple of years. My background and expertise in tech and entrepreneurship, I believe, is world renowned, as evidenced by being featured as a Forbes 130 entrepreneur. I have a business that's been featured as a case study at Harvard Business Review. And finally, my thought leadership. I've been invited as a speaker at major tech conferences around the world, from TEDx to United Nations and back. Finally, personally, as an African American of Haitian descent who's traveled to dozens of emerging markets around the world, I believe that the future will be global, remote, and equitable. And I believe in our platform and being able to tap into this untapped potential of amazing influencers and tech talent from all over the world. And finally, the solution that will tackle this global workforce challenge, I believe, will be by us and for us. So thank you so much for being a part of the next chapter of the GSE journey. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. Just like a quick, promo clip about, what we do. And of course, when I think about honestly, like just how far we've come, it's just been a crazy, crazy journey to be where we are today. I mean, we are literally publicly saying that we're open for investment from the community. I mean, it's been a long time coming to get to this point. And of course, many of you know my journey as entrepreneurs. Some of you don't. Some of you probably just watch on social media my posts, about career tips, personal development, tech ecosystem building. But it has been a journey, and it has been a journey with a lot of highs and a lot of lows, by the way. But I've learned a lot. And, with the traction that we've been able to build over the past couple of years says so much about, the journey that we're going to be able to experience together as a community in the years to come. And so with that said, many of my community know that when it comes to my story, my journey in entrepreneurship, it didn't start, in a typical way that you would imagine. And so I'll dive right in and just, open up and just share how GSC got to where it is. But more importantly, I feel like, how I made this happen as a founder, and why I'm so grateful to my community of partners, clients, users, members. I mean, it takes a village to build what we build today. And I just want to share my personal journey as an entrepreneur, building this company from scratch, and where my passion and my energy and my commitment and even my frustration and people not seeing the talent that's before us today. And so I'll start obviously, with Haiti. And I think, many of you, of course, know that I am a proud Haitian. I wear Haiti on my back everywhere I go, because, again, this is probably the image that people always think of when they think of Haiti. But for me, I don't look at, just, the negative narratives that people give about Haiti. I'm like, people probably just said, Christine's just a bust of energy, right? She's just always so passionate about IT. But because, my family raised me to be prideful and be proud of where I come from and the history I represent. So when I look at, images like this in the 2010, when Haiti was hit with, unfortunately, an earthquake that took the lives of close to 250,000 people, I was, really looking at the resilience and just the power and the intuition of the people who were on the streets the next day, because I personally grew up as a street vendor myself. So I'm not sure if many of you have heard my journey and my story into entrepreneurship. Again, it didn't start in the tech space. It started in the streets. And it started because my grandmother was a street vendor. My mother was a street vendor. My aunts was a street vendors. So we all as a community just knew how to, I wouldn't say hustle, but learn the art of business through street commerce. And I've become very impassioned about street commerce since I was a little kid, because I'm coming from 3 generations of street entrepreneurship. And as I, was blessed to be able to even get invited to be accepted to an Ivy League school, I still was passionate about it. So I did get a banker job. It was amazing fundamental banker in my early career. But I always was looking at street markets, and I understood that, close to if not 1 or 2 billion people make a living selling street products in some shape or form. And this is not just, the emerging market countries of Haiti, Ghana, Nigeria, or India. This is also in the US, the UK. If you think about your flea markets, your farmers markets that you see, those are part of this informal vendor economy. And so I took the leap of faith, quit my banking job. And at the time, Dubai was such a hub for entrepreneurship, made my way there. And one thing I would say is that people know I am extremely passionate about this work. I am probably a fanatic. And I don't care. You have to be a fanatic to make things happen, especially when you're up against the wall. And I'll tell you, I've been through so much in building this business. And I will tell you, you have to be a fanatic. You have to be crazy than the people around you, so that way people can catch up to your vision, because you see it clear as day. And I think a lot of people get this misconception that Christine's always speaking at conferences and all these different tech programs around the world, but really I'm just shouting to the mountaintops, the communities that I serve and the communities I believe in. And when you are that crazy about the business that you believe in, people tend to notice, right? And I am truly blessed to have met heads of states, whether it's President Obama or whether it's celebrities like Richard Branson, or even, former musicians. I mean, I've been able to meet a huge network of influencers. I think many people, when they look at my social media, is like, Christine is really in the know-how with a lot of influencers and billionaires. But my background is very humble. This is not, I'm not going to say it's I know these people, on the back of my hand. These are people that through my journey of building my business, I've been able to share my story and share my vision about, in the beginning, trying to tap into these markets, right? And so the story unfolded where, I started to get, opportunities to really connect and engage on a global stage. Of course, from being a TEDx speaker to being a global speaker, but more importantly, being able to spread the mission of my company worldwide. I'm pleased to share that, in this journey of meeting with these influencers and meeting with these networks, I've been, highlighted as a Forbes 30 entrepreneur. I have a business as a case study at Harvard Business Review. I've also been featured in numerous magazines. I'm so humbled to even think that I've been able to have the opportunity to have my story shared with the world, about what I'm trying to build. So in terms of the journey of entrepreneurship, I've definitely had my share of accolades and achievements. But guys, this is just an aside. What really matters is, as you're building, a business, as you're building a platform, as you're building something that matters to you, I would tend to say that it's important to remember where you come from, because, it grounds you, it motivates you, and quite frankly, it reinvigorates you to stay focused. And at the time, this was back in 2016, I would say, where I was just on a momentum with outreach about what I was building at the time. And I was really frustrated, again, around the narrative around who I am as an African American of Haitian descent and how people were representing the narratives of people and entrepreneurs like me. And I wanted to change that. I wanted to disrupt that. I wanted to crush this negative narrative that was out there about, people from the communities that I served and that I also represent. And so, this again is the image that people immediately think of Haiti. And I wanted to transform it to, our history, our culture, our music, our talent. And it happened, right? I remember, when I first thought about, going beyond what we've been doing with digital accelerator programs and convening minds in countries like Haiti, people said that, doesn't make sense. Why don't you just, talk about Haiti and New York or something and get people to travel there? I'm like, no, they need to be in the heart of this ecosystem and see it for themselves. And to see what we've been able to create, within the first launch, 83 million views. I remember there was major FOMO. Everyone at one point wanted to be in Haiti at this moment because it was so surreal what we were able to build and showcase to the world that, these are the markets that you've overlooked. These are the places that you did not see coming that is just growing in momentum right now. And so, of course, I wanted to share a little bit later about, the kickoff of that experience really quickly, because I think, again, seeing it live gives a completely different understanding of what we were able to build. So let me just give you a quick clip about what that launch looked like when we said Haiti Tech in a sentence, and how that really triggered people during that time.
Why Haiti Tech Summit? Now, the reason why we want the Haiti Tech Summit is for several reasons. First and foremost, we want to not only catapult Haiti forward through innovation, tech, and entrepreneurship, but Haiti is not just the first Black republic. We know Haiti can actually transform itself and be a new global case study for what happens when you get the right influences in the room to transform a nation.
Bienvenue en Haïti. Welcome to Haiti. Welcome to Haiti.
So what is a startup ecosystem? A startup ecosystem has different stakeholders. First is the people, the investors, the entrepreneurs, the influencers, all of you in the room, right? And of course the institutions, the universities, the government, the corporations, and they come together to build a bedrock in an environment to foster entrepreneurs, startups, and SMEs.
The first winner is Lamia Paco.
Now the reason why that is so crucial, as you know, when you think about Google and how it transformed the internet, or Uber, how it transformed transportation, Airbnb, startups and SMEs actually transform that ecosystem. They are literally the bedrock of a government, of a country, of an entire economy. And so when we came together for this tech summit, we thought, who are the influencers we need to connect with to bring them together to kick off Haiti and make it a new model of innovation? That's the reason. If you see the bios and profiles of the people who are here today, they each have a contribution. But also you have a contribution as well. Because like I said, the people is also the bedrock for the environment for a startup or an SME to actually excel. So you're part of that conversation.
So there you have it. That's just like, like the moment when we launched live in person in Haiti. And we've been building in markets like this ever since. I mean, it's amazing to see how many headlines. If you Google Haiti Tech Summit right now, you'll see the dozens of article features about what we did in this country. And quite frankly, like, right now, obviously Haiti's going through so much, as in any country right now during this pandemic. But I'm really, really proud of what we've done and where we're headed in terms of really continuing to build on this momentum of what we did. I mean, from having people like Jack Dorsey or Ben Horowitz or all these different influencers fly into Haiti, it really is unmatched, right? And of course, when you think about, going beyond, this tech program, really launching career accelerator programs to transform the talent that's coming out of the country. Last year during the COVID-19, we actually launched Haiti's first career accelerator program virtually online, where we brought on 200 Haitian citizens to train them for jobs and opportunities of the future. And people immediately got hired from this program for the first time for many of them. And this, to me, is where, we kept going, right? We did not just stop at 80 when we realized that we were building momentum, that we were building a new narrative, a new way of engaging with tech talent. We kept going. And so we went to Ghana. We went to Ghana next. And I remember when we launched in Ghana, just taking over Accra, just like the conference center, having like thousands of people in the room, young people, the energy, and just seeing people's, engagement. We kept going. We say, like, this is something that we have to like really showcase and shout to the mountaintop what we're trying to build with the communities in these nations. And, pretty much, we were able to also get into not just the ecosystem that understand tech and trying to learn tech, but also young people we were encouraging to be a part of this movement. And I remember, obviously, many of you probably heard of the year return, the iconic year return of Ghana, where everyone was flocking to Ghana to commemorate the 400th anniversary of, unfortunately, the slave trade, but also a new narrative for people of African descent. And I remember us doing this year of return tour around the world. We even had Ndaba Mandela, the grandson of Nelson Mandela, be a keynote speaker in our New York kickoff event before going across the African continent. And like I said, when you feel the energy in the community and the progress and the impact that you create out of nothing, you keep going. And we kept going. We went to Ethiopia, we went to Rwanda, we went to Kenya, we went to South Africa, we went to Dubai. We just kept going. We kept going. And that's not just across Africa. Remember, we are also tackling, supporting emerging communities in America. And so these are the images, ladies and gentlemen, of the communities that we were serving organically over the past couple of years, where we were announced, hey, we're going to be in DC, full house. Hey, we're going to be in Boston, full house. Hey, we're in Philadelphia, we're in California. And the movement just kept growing and growing and growing, whether it was online through our virtual career accelerator programs or offline through these sessions. People were showing up, right? And as I was making this mountainous commitment of saying that we will transform how we view talent of the future, whether it's speaking to mothers in Abuja or Kaduna, Nigeria, or it's on main stage conferences where I'm talking about the movement coming out of the Caribbean and Africa right now, people started to listen to the mission and what we were trying to build to tackle this global challenge of unemployment and really transform how we connect to talent around the world. And I'm just grateful to the individuals and the networks I've been able to tap into around the world to share this vision, to share our platform that is GSE. And of course, along the way, I'm proud to say that my husband and I, we also had two little ones who we took along the journey with us, right? So I am a mother in tech. I'm one of the few mothers who in the tech ecosystem who just like proudly actually showcase my journey of becoming a mother, a wife, and a partner while building a company, because I do believe that it's people that are building these companies as well. And so I'm also taking them to many of these markets. I've taken them to Haiti, I've taken them to Ghana, I've taken them to these countries to see live in person this journey that not only that their mother is going through, but this journey that I want them to see themselves in the communities that we are building upon around the world. And so this has been a very, 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 very unique journey in getting this far. But I'll end by saying that, with to whom much is given, much is expected, right? I've been fortunate enough to have experienced so much in my entrepreneurial journey to be able to tap into, resources, partnerships, and it has been a difficult journey, but one worth making over and over and over again, because I've learned so much through the process. And right now, it's such an amazing opportunity for me to announce that we are now live and open into the public. And one thing I will say is that no matter what, I really believe that the future right now, it is so in our faces. And this is now me just getting off this conversation about sharing my entrepreneurial journey and just sharing the future. You want to, a holy grail so you can see into the future, a magic ball. Here it is, right? there is no way we can ignore the global society that we are living in anymore. We cannot ignore the people who are around the world. We have about 4 billion people is going to come online over the next couple of years. And those 4 billion people are not just going to come from, the person next door. They're going to be coming from the streets of Lagos to the streets of Haiti to the streets of Tokyo. I mean, we are in a very unique time, and we have experienced probably the world's largest global massive experiment where around the world, billions of people will talk about this very year, last year and this year, this unique time in human history where we were able to see an entire ecosystem, a society work remotely and build wealth, build work, build products, build communities, all virtual online. Now I will be candid and say that there's nothing that compares to live in-person interaction, but we have showcased that talent is now global. Talent is now accessible. Talent is now inclusive. Talent is now global, right? And what that means is a platform like GSE, we have been in emerging markets. We did not start in America and just say that this is where we want to build and that we only want to go to Europe or all the Western markets. No, we started with emerging markets and emerging communities at the very start because we took a bet on the fact that this is where the future is heading. And I truly, truly believe that we are the platform to be that. I mean, we've been able to scale to 250,000 subscribers in the past couple years organically, and we are now at a unique inflection point at GSE's history where we are ready to scale it to the next level. And I truly believe that the solution to tackle the crazy unemployment challenge that we are living in our lifetime, and if I think about myself being under 35, I literally, as in this generation, I've experienced 2 global recessions. Our peer group have witnessed 2 global recessions, the 2008 financial crisis and the 2020 pandemic. And to top that off, our generation, if you look at the news, there are global scale riots happening around the world. If you look at the people who are rioting in countries around the world, they are young people who are frustrated that the generations before them did not prepare them for what is here today. But we can change that. We can build, we can prepare us for what's here tomorrow. And when I look at, the platform that we built at Global Startup Ecosystem, we made it easier for people to, again, tap into untapped talent. And this is our mission, to truly prepare this talent workforce of the future for jobs of tomorrow today. And again, I'm so proud of the journey. I'm so excited to be a part of this mission. And again, this is the time to not only invest in GSC, but invest in these markets. If you truly believe, truly believe in the power of the next generation to build on what's to come, this is the platform for you. I hope that you guys join us on this next chapter of the GSE journey. Again, we are live now for investment. We are so excited to be able to open up our funding round to the community. We are currently going through our first seed funding round, and we're made a portion of that funding round that we're working with institutional investors. A portion of that funding round is open to you, our community, and to the public. So with that said, this is where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news. We are here and we're so proud to bring you along this journey. And so with that, I'll close again with our video and encourage all of you to spread the word. GSC is open for investment, but more importantly, if you don't remember anything, remember this. This is what we've been waiting for. The world is literally in our oyster. Our generation is truly going to redefine how we actually, as a society, define work. I believe that our platform is right for the opportunity to scale and really build on this unique talent and tech hubs around the world. I cannot wait to see how people interact, with talent from Haiti, Ghana, Nigeria. We've already been doing it. This is not an experiment. This is not an idea. We've been doing the work. And I hope you take the time to discover and really connect with our community, connect with our vision, and connect with our mission of preparing the workforce for the future. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first, live This is the announcement, ladies and gentlemen. This is the next phase of my entrepreneurial career of actually for the first time going to my community for public investment. And like I said, it's happening. It's happening. You're a part of this experience. You're part of the journey. I'm very transparent and bringing my community with me. I couldn't be more proud of where I am today. And I have the community of people like you who helped make this happen. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first. We can't wait to be a part of this together. So thank you so much. And now let's get into it. Hope to see you. Thanks so much, everyone. The world is changing from how we live to how we work. We are experiencing historic levels of unemployment, especially amongst younger generations from all around the world. In regions like Africa, almost 50% of current university graduates do not have jobs. Young people are applying to job boards and getting more degrees, but are still unemployed. And on the other side of these job applications, companies are also frustrated. They can't find the right workers with the right skills for the job. It's estimated that there is an $8.5 trillion talent shortage globally. And while technology and automation is optimizing our world, this rapid rate of change is also causing fundamental shifts in our society. Many jobs of today will become irrelevant as they are replaced by the jobs of tomorrow. We need a better way to recruit, train, and prepare this generation for the future of work. Welcome to the global startup ecosystem. We created and scaled what we believe is the world's first talent career accelerator platform with thousands of participants every year trained for jobs of the future. We've hosted career programs and mega tech summits in countries all over the world, from across the Americas to across the Caribbean and across Europe and across Africa, in places like Nigeria, Ghana, Egypt, Ethiopia, South Africa, and more. Our career app gives companies the opportunity to upskill this generation by launching digital career accelerator programs that attracts, trains, and hires the best talent from all over the world. This customized career dashboard was created to support individuals from the day they enter the workforce to the day they retire from it, giving young people access to continuous training, career opportunities, and communities from all over the world. We believe that global unemployment and rapid upskilling will be defining challenges of our time, and we're taking it head on. In the past few years, we've scaled to 250,000 users, have 600 speakers, and have institutional clients and industry leaders who use our platforms such as LinkedIn, Forbes, SAP, US State Department, MasterCard, Intuit, Google, AWS, IBM Cloud, Facebook, and more. We believe that our platform can upskill 1 billion people by 2030 and transform how we prepare for the jobs of tomorrow today. Hi, my name is Christina and Tim. I am the founder and CEO of the Global Startup Ecosystem, and I believe in our mission of building the tech workforce of the future. By now, you probably heard of our mission, our impact, and the work that we've done at GSE over the past couple of years. My background and expertise in tech and entrepreneurship, I believe, is world-renowned, as evidenced by being featured as a Forbes 30 entrepreneur. I have a business that's been featured as a case study at Harvard Business Review. And finally, my thought leadership. I've been invited as a speaker at major tech conferences around the world, from TEDx to United Nations and back. Finally, personally, as an African-American of Haitian descent who's traveled to dozens of emerging markets around the world, I believe that the future will be global, remote, and equitable. And I believe in our platform and being able to tap into this untapped potential of amazing influencers and tech talent from all over the world. And finally, the solution that will tackle this global workforce challenge, I believe, will be by us and for us. So thank you so much for being a part of the next chapter of the GSE journey.